Hi, Velma. Long time no see.
Yes, it has been quite a long time. And just where the heck have you been, may I ask? I made 3 appointments for you and you didn't show up. I was just about to have to drop you from my patients list.
I'm sorry, Velma. It's been a hard road these past few months. I don't know how much you heard. Probably not as much as you should have because we tried to downplay it all in the media. But I took some serious injury in the war. The magic drain was horrific. It took me quite a long time to get back on my feet.
I keep better tabs on you than you know, Sable. I've been in contact with the royal physician, Dr. Georgina Mamby-Pamby. She tells me you've been effectively recovered from magic drain since January. So what's your excuse for the other 5 months?
Well, okay, maybe physically I was recovered. Emotionally, I was just drained. Completely burnt out. As a matter of fact, I didn't write at all for a good 3 months. But I was also really busy. The family stayed for Tomesmas, and then until the willows were repaired, so they were there into February. Then I had to get ready for the tourney, and the Litromantic Games, and the battle against the Night King, and the Penwall ritual.
Okay, Sable. I know that you're very busy, but that doesn't sound unusually busy for you. If you wanted to be here, you could have made the time.
Well, I guess so. Yeah, I suppose I could have. Velma, I thought things were bad before the war, but the war was awful. An absolute horror story. I guess I just wasn't ready yet. I suppose... Well, I guess I just really wanted to enjoy the time I had. We had a brief moment that was perfect and beautiful, and nobody was dying or getting hurt. I guess I just needed to pretend things were okay for a while. You're right. I think I've been avoiding this. I'm sorry.
Suppose I can understand that. Are you ready now, then? Therapy requires commitment. If you're serious, we can continue. If not, there are better uses of my time.
It's fair. Yeah, I'm ready now. I don't know. This takes a lot of spoons, you know? I just didn't have them. And to be honest, I was discouraged after the war. I felt like we made some real headway there, and now there's a whole new cycle of bullshit to work through. I wondered if there was any point in continuing. I mean, more shit's just going to keep happening, right? That's what we signed up for, I suppose, when we agreed to protect the realm against the Horde. But I realize now I can't just ignore it all and hope it'll go away. Not if I want to function like a reasonably healthy human being. I gotta face the demons. I just hope you don't get tired of all my crap. I'm tired of all my crap.
Everyone gets a bit discouraged sometimes. You reach a plateau in therapy and it feels like nothing more is happening. But then you have a breakthrough and things get better. I suppose I'm glad you came back, and if you're serious about continuing, I'm happy to help you.
Thanks, Velma. Once again, I'm sorry. Thanks for seeing Solali. They're a good kid. I don't want them to struggle like I have, and like I said, the war was a horror show. And thanks for the referral for Tempest, too. I don't even know where to start with them. I wish it wasn't such a conflict of interest for them to see you. I know you do right by them, and they've got so much they need to work through. But I'm sure the doc you recommended will do a good job, provided they aren't deterred by the voidy and litromantic weirdness.
You'll be glad to know I found a colleague who's a litromancer anyway. I'm not going to tell you any more than that for confidentiality reasons, but litromantic weirdness is not going to deter them at all.
Oh, really? Oh, that's great. That's better than I could have hoped for. Well, wonderful. Yeah, I don't want to violate their privacy either. It's very important to their healing. I know there's plenty of things they just don't want to tell me. They're afraid of hurting me because I'm their sister, you know? If they thought it was getting back to me, whatever they're telling their therapist, they would clam right up. and they can't afford that. They need this so much.
And clearly, so do you, Sable. Are you ready to get down to it?
I'm not really procrastinating, Doc. Worry about my family, that's part of what I need to work through, really, but yeah, okay. Let's do this.
Well, hello, Prinks Tempest. It's nice to meet you. Is it okay if I just call you Tempest?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm not huge on the whole pranks thing, to be honest. Just Tempest is fine.
Oh, perfect. You seem a little distracted. Now I know from Velma that this is your first therapy session in quite some time. May I ask what prompted you to seek help now?
Mostly to get my sister to go back, to be honest. No offense or anything, I just don't like doctors much.
I'm not one actually. I'm a licensed therapist, but I'm not a doctor.
Oh. Okay. I don't like those much either, but at least I don't have to call you Doc or whatever.
No, Doc. May I ask why you're so hesitant about therapy? This won't work well if you don't want to be here.
It's nothing personal, it's just... look. When I first got to the Leet Speak reality, my den mother Grace asked me to go spend some time in the loony bin. I wasn't okay, to be fair, but I hated it. The second they got me moderately stable, they cut me loose, and I refused to go back.
Oh, so you're here because you want your sister to go to therapy, but not because you want to be here.
I mean, it's not like I couldn't use the help too. I harp on Sable not sleeping, but I'm not exactly well rested. I don't remember the last time I went a week without a screaming nightmare. Miko keeps waking me up from them recently, and sometimes I just... panic?
Oh, so you do think you need it, you just don't like the process of it?
Talking about feelings is hard.
Indeed, it is. It is one of the hardest things that you can do. But I do feel I should tell you, I have some briefing on your tenure with the company. Not all of it, of course, but enough to paint a rather nasty picture.
Courtesy of my sister, no doubt.
Actually, it was Commander DM's stretch. He said to tell you Ta. Does that mean anything to you?
It means I get to decide where I'm putting his complimentary trip to the overflow ticket.
Uh-huh. Wouldn't that kill him?
Don't take me seriously. I wouldn't do that. Not really. There's the smell, if nothing else. I threw up the only time I accidentally brought someone into the overflow. A lot.
Oh, I'm sorry you were sick. Was that when you disappeared? With... What was the name again? Marcia something?
Martha Anders. Took me a while to remember, and names never were my forte. But the files Stretch brought... yeah.
You forgot? Was that a result of trauma, do you think?
Oh no, the overflow made me forget and then turned me into a fish when I got dragged back into this reality by what I'm guessing was the Iron Tome.
I can see this is gonna take a while.
Yeah, and it probably won't be fun for either of us, to be honest.
Susie, remind me to send Velma a fruit basket as a thank you for my new client.
Rotten fruit, I hope.
I see we understand each other. Well, this won't be easy, but I think we'll get along fine.
Cheers.